Imagine this. You're walking through your living room with a warm cup of tea just like any other day. Nothing unusual until you catch your foot ever so slightly on the rug. You don't fall, but you wobble. That little wobble surprises you. You laugh it off. Just clumsy today, you say with a smile. But what if that tiny misstep wasn't about clumsiness at all? What if that moment was actually your body trying to send you a message? Today, we're going deeper than ever into 3 surprising and often overlooked signs that your balance might be declining long before any major fall happens. These are subtle, easy to miss, and incredibly important, because catching them early could be the difference between staying on your feet and spending time in the emergency room. Before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe to Elderly Active Life. We post new content every day to help you or your loved ones stay strong, sharp, and safe, no matter your age. Here's the truth. Balance problems don't just show up one day when you need a cane. They develop slowly, like a whisper in the background, until one day that whisper becomes a shout. Let's talk about the whispers, the early signs, the kind of signs that hide in plain sight. Today we're uncovering 3 of them and giving you real-life stories, practical tips, and simple ways to spot them in yourself or someone you love. Sign number 1, avoiding dim or dark spaces without realizing it. Let me ask, have you started leaving more lights on at night than you used to? Maybe it's the hallway light, the one you never used to need, or perhaps you leave the bathroom light on just in case. Here's what might really be going on. If you're finding it harder to keep your balance in dim lighting, your brain might be compensating, leaning more heavily on your vision because other balance systems are declining. Why this matters? Your balance relies on 3 main systems working together. 1. Vision helps you understand your surroundings. 2. Vestibular system, inside your inner ear, tells your brain how you're moving. 3. Proprioception, the 6th sense that tells you where your body is in space. When one of those starts underperforming, like vestibular function, your body leans harder on the others, and vision often gets overloaded first. Fun fact, even astronauts experience this. After weeks in zero gravity, their inner ears get confused. When they return to Earth, walking in low light becomes a real challenge, just like what can happen with aging. Real life story. Charles, age 72, started feeling uneasy walking from his bedroom to the kitchen at night. At first, he thought he was just afraid of stubbing a toe, but after a visit to a physical therapist, he learned it wasn't about the toe. It was about his balance system starting to misfire. Let's go even deeper. Most people think vision is just about seeing clearly, but it's so much more. Your eyes are like stabilizers, constantly feeding information to your brain about where you are in space. In bright, familiar environments, your body doesn't have to work as hard, but dim the lights and suddenly every step is a test. What's interesting is that when your balance systems are functioning properly, you could walk in the dark with very little issue. Think about when you were younger. You'd navigate a pitch-dark house without even thinking. No flashlight, no fear, just memory and instinct. So if you now find yourself hesitating or even freezing at the top of a dark staircase, that's not just getting older. That's your brain calling for backup. Here's a mini self-test you can try tonight. Wait until it's dark. Turn off all the lights in your hallway. Try walking slowly from one end to the other without touching the walls or turning the lights on. Did you feel the need to reach out or stop walking entirely? If yes, take note. That's not weakness, it's awareness. And awareness is the first step toward prevention. Ask yourself, do I grab onto furniture or walls when the room is dim? Do I avoid certain areas of the house at night? Do I feel unsure on my feet if the power goes out or the light bulb blows? If so, your balance might be trying to tell you something. Quick question, have you noticed yourself turning on more lights lately? Let us know in the comments. We really do read and respond to each one. Sign number 2, changing your walk without realizing it. Now let's talk about something sneaky. Your gait, the way you walk. You might not notice it, but if you were to watch a video of yourself walking 10 years ago versus today, you might be surprised. What to watch for? Shorter steps, wider stance, shuffling or dragging your feet. looking down constantly. This change is subtle, but critical. Why? Because it's often a subconscious adaptation. Your brain senses instability and adjusts your gait to reduce perceived fall risk. The paradox. This safer walking pattern, more cautious, more controlled, actually increases your fall risk. It lowers your center of gravity and slows your response time, like driving with the emergency brake on. Susan's story. Susan, 68, thought her smaller steps were just part of getting older. But her doctor noticed something else. Her foot lift was shallower, and she was favoring one side. After a balance test, they discovered early-stage vestibular degeneration. With some balance exercises and focused training, she reversed the trend before it became a problem. Try this. Ask someone to film you walking from the front, side, and back. Watch it slowly. Are your arms swinging? Are your steps equal? Ask, would I have walked like this 10 years ago? These micro-adjustments matter. They're not just quirks, they're data. Are you enjoying this? If you are, share it with someone who might benefit, especially a friend or family member who's been saying, I just feel a little off lately. It could change everything. And here's the kicker. Changes in how you walk often go unnoticed by you, but not by others. A friend or family member might say, you're walking differently lately, and your instinct may be to brush it off. But listen closely. People around you can pick up on these shifts faster than you can. Also, don't underestimate the emotional toll this can take. Many seniors report feeling embarrassed or frustrated when they realize their gait has changed. That's normal, but it's also fixable. There are specific exercises that physical therapists recommend. Heel-to-toe walking along a straight line. Marching in place with eyes closed, safely near a support. Balance boards or foam surfaces underfoot. You don't need fancy equipment. You just need consistency. Sign number 3, gradual activity avoidance. This one is big and it hides in plain sight. Have you stopped? Reaching for the top shelf? Walking on uneven surfaces? Taking the stairs just because? Getting down on the floor to play with grandkids? It's not that you decided to stop. These activities just faded. You started skipping them here and there. Maybe you didn't even notice. We call this subtraction without awareness. Your subconscious is constantly calculating risk, and it quietly edits your life to avoid danger. But over time, those edits become limitations. A self-audit exercise. Take a notebook and write down 5 things you used to do easily, maybe 5 years ago. Climbing ladders, dancing, gardening on your knees. Then ask, why did I stop? Was it pain, fatigue, or did it just feel unsafe? The confidence connection. Balance isn't just physical, it's also psychological. If your body senses danger, your brain steps in to take action. It's well-intentioned, but it can slowly shrink your life. Occupational therapists use something called an activity log to track gradual behavior changes. Try this. For 1 week, jot down any moment you choose not to do something because it feels awkward or unsafe. By the end, you'll have a surprisingly clear picture of what your balance is doing. Let's make it real for a moment. Avoiding certain activities might not seem like a big deal until those activities define your independence. Think about bending down to tie your shoes. If that starts feeling risky, it's not just inconvenient, it's a threat to your dignity. Or avoiding busy grocery aisles because they feel overwhelming. That's isolation sneaking in the back door. And we get it. No one wants to be labeled frail or at risk. But reframing this as a strength move, a proactive choice, puts the power back in your hands. Here's something powerful you can do this week. Pick one activity you've quietly stopped doing, like reaching a top shelf. With supervision, try it again, safely. Notice what your body does. Do you feel tense? Do you wobble? Then write down what you felt and what you might work on. This kind of tracking turns fear into data, and data gives you a plan. Let's review the 3 signs once again. 1. Avoiding low light or dim areas. 2. Walking differently, even just a little. 3rd, gradually pulling back from once routine activities. Each one might seem small, but together they're big signals. Take action today. Talk to your doctor. Ask for a balance or vestibular assessment. Schedule a session with a physical therapist. They can catch subtle shifts. Start small. Add 5 minutes of balance-focused movement into your daily routine. We've also got dozens of videos right here on our channel that guide you through safe, simple ways to regain balance, strength, and confidence. You don't have to wait for a fall to make a change. If this video opened your eyes, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Elderly Active Life is your daily resource for staying balanced, strong, and empowered at any age. Remember, it's not just about avoiding a fall. It's about moving confidently through life without fear. You deserve to feel steady in every step. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.